Hi and welcome back to my channel for another art journaling video. Today I'm working in a handmade journal which is full with leftover papers, and I have already primed the pages with a thin layer of gesso. Now I'm going in with some collage papers that were laying on my desk. I now go in with different acrylic paints and I just use my fingers to apply the paint. I find this very much easier in comparison to working with a brush. I'm using different shades of blues and I also mix it with some white. Here I'm using paints from Amsterdam and the white is from Sennelier. I really love that white paint because it's a heavy body paint and it has a very good opacity. As always, you will find close-up images of today's project over on my blog, and there will be a link in the description box. While the paint is still wet, I used the Neocolor crayons number 2 and scribble into the wet paint, and I clean my stick right afterwards on the right side of the journal page, so I have already something to work with on the next page. From time to time I dip the Neocolor stick into water and then scribble it onto the page. That makes it easier to release the pigment. If you don't have Neocolor crayons, you can also use the scribble sticks, or I believe any other water-soluble crayon will work in the same way. Another possibility to scribble into the wet acrylic paint is to use pastel pencils. When this is dry, I'm going in for a next layer, and there I will use a brush and make some marks with acrylic paint. I decided to pick a neon pink, which is one of my favorite colors recently, and I will combine it with also a yellow. If you use different brushes to apply your paint, you get different marks, and that makes a page more interesting. I always use a piece of paper where I put my paints on, and when I have leftover paint, I just smear and paint it onto that leftover paper, and that makes often a really good collage paper for other projects. I'm using a tinier brush for the yellow to create smaller dots. I don't add my marks everywhere on the page. I am working around that circle shape that I've created with the crayons before. When the acrylic paints are dry, I go in with a little bit of stamping. I decided to pick one of the Mixer Sentiment stamps to create some interest on the background. I'm working with StazOn Ink because it works best on acrylic paints. I want to bring out that circular shape even more, so I'm picking my black uniPosca marker and just scribble a big circle on my page, and I also add some messy writing around it. For my main image, I decided to pick one of my textured birdies, and I quickly color it in with watercolors, and I pick almost the same colors that I've already on the page. I've stamped the bird to watercolor paper using StazOn Ink. I decided I need a little bit more black on the page to make look everything more cohesive, so I'm picking that star stamp. It comes with our textured flowers stamp set, and stamp it just randomly to the page. I add even more stamping with some little texture stamps. To finish the background up, I use the uniPosca markers again and just create some tiny dots all over the page. To finish the page up, I now just adhere the birdie, and that's my page for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope we see us next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!